This year, My Dakar is back, bringing you up close and personal with racers to show you just what it takes to race the Dakar Rally.
Hi guys, my name is Manuel Lucchesa. I'm a 27-year-old Italian rider and I'm back on the Dakar for the third time. This year I decided to take the challenge over the limits, trying Malmoto, so I'll do all my mechanics. What can I say? Dakar is like a drug. It's my life, so follow me. This is My Dakar.
Hi, my name is Alexander Smith, here at Dakar 2016, my first Dakar rally, first really big rally. I'm here fulfilling a lifelong dream of mine. So here's my bike, and this is My Dakar.
Hi there, my name is Nicolas. I'm racing the Dakar for the second time. I'm supposed to finish it this time. I'm racing for Association Léon, which is a charity supporting education I have with several friends and with my wife. I hope to see you in the race.
Hey, I'm Brian Baragwanath, riding for Team Ride SA from South Africa, my second Dakar, and riding on the quad. This is My Dakar.
2 solid weeks of exposure to the elemental nature of the Dakar Odyssey.
"72 hours on a motor up on the circuit. Crazy, huh?
Unusual. Yeah, today it started out well early this morning, and as we were riding along, yeah, we were watching a thunderstorm pretty much roll in. So it was yeah, pretty crazy. Once we got into yeah, in the middle of it, it was very windy, a lot of rain, and yeah, pretty much would have washed the track out. So it's yeah, weird way to start Dakar off, but unfortunately, yeah, it's the way it is, and that's what we've got to do. So we're now we've just got to look forward to tomorrow.
The bikes all had the chance to race the full Prologue yesterday. And it was a case of start as you mean to go on for Joan Barreda. And it's a pretty good motto for the Dakar. Especially if you're him, then you start fast and keep it pinned as long as possible. That worked well in the Prologue, with the Honda rider doing as he did 2 years ago and setting the pace from the off. The day was not for time, but for starting order, so Barreda will lead out the race when the more tricky navigation begins. His time was matched by the pace of Ruben Faria on the brand new Rockstar Energy Hispana factory machine. Faria didn't much fancy his chances, preferring to give the nod to his younger rivals before the stage, but he proved himself wrong by matching the best time of Barreda once both had finished. Helder Rodriguez on a Yamaha is a throwback to 2012, but this bike and team are a new beast for the Portuguese rider. Yamaha underperformed in 2015, but with Rodriguez showing on the Prologue that the bike is essentially competitive with the third best time, the chances of a return to form for the Tuning Fork brand are looking good. For a large chunk of the day, the timesheets were headed by a new name, to Rally Raid at least, Adrian van Beveren. But his speed shouldn't be surprising. Twice a winner of the legendary Latuke beach race, he's undoubtedly tough and spectacular. Let's see how he gets on once the real navigation kicks in. Another fast young rider is Kevin Benavides. The Honda Argentina rider is taking his first steps in his debut Dakar. In the Prologue, he was a remarkable 6th. Last year's third place finisher Toby Price was solid, if unspectacular. This year he knows what to expect and is in no hurry to surprise. Best of all the KTMs was Jordi Villadoms. But with the time so close, all three of the top riders from the team were within 18 seconds of the top. Villadoms in 10th, Walkner and Price in 15th and 16th, respectively. I'm really happy because normally the prologues go really bad for me, but I'm very happy to start the first day like this.
Yeah, we got through, we hit a little bit of water and the bike started to miss a little bit, so we just cruised through and made sure we got here, and other than that, it's off to a good start.
Price's luck is solid, but 2015 runner-up Paulo Gonçalves' numbers have not come in just yet, with mechanical gremlins striking the Honda rider more fiercely. It stopped 4 times. The revs dropped and it just stopped. It could have been worse. He could have had a prologue like Laia Sanz. New to the KTM team after 2 years with Honda, she had some issues in the unexpectedly deep river crossings that foxed a lot of riders. She had some of the worst luck. The truth is, it's really bad because in the water I lost control of the bike and water got into the filter. The public helped me out, but I lost a lot of time. In a normal stage, it wouldn't matter to lose 4 minutes, but I think tomorrow I'll start way back, and that's going to make the race much more complicated. Almost the same problems hit Enduro champion Pelle René. Not an easy start on a relatively easy prologue for the new rookie. So there was not a lot to gain and quite a lot to lose in the fast prologue. Seconds taking the difference between a place in the fast top 10 and having to fight through the dust. For most, it was a good way to iron out bugs, but for a few, it threw up some more serious problems. Today, things didn't get any easier for Paulo Gonçalves as the Honda continued to play up. He's not happy, and quite rightly so. I had an electric problem in my bike, but luckily for me, the special just didn't happen. If not, I would have been in big trouble. So now we just need to check the situation, and then hopefully we can start tomorrow.
Brian Berg from South Africa, number 274, waiting for the start of the quads. So the adventure begins. On marcha. Ja. Go!
today. Previously in the bikes, it was prologue perfection for Bareda. The nearly man of the Dakar Rally started with a bang to make sure that it's he who opens the road in the stages to come. KTM are firing on all cylinders and raring to go. They want to win this one badly, to prove there's life after coma. Toby Price knows any one of them is in the running for the win.
No team orders, no team rules. Once we get going and get on the road, it's pretty much full gas from there.
2016 could, perhaps should be his year, but Paulo Gonçalves is not the luckiest of the riders in the Dakar. This year, drama struck on day one, the Honda proving fallible. It stopped 4 times, the revs dropped, and it stopped. The sky ahead isn't looking bright for Gonçalves as the race begins. Dakar debutant, and surely the next darling of the Argentinian crowds. Fast but young, mistakes do happen. This crash cost him a little, but he didn't seem to lose his edge on the roads he should know well. He passed riders who started ahead of him, including Michel Met, to take an impressive 8th in the first real stage with some serious style. However, there was one place that caught a lot of riders out. That was kilometre 182, with the worst hit of the top riders being Jordi Villadoms. Heavy mud is tough, but as it dries, it can also damage delicate things like fork seals. Villadoms is now on the back foot after losing 13 minutes today. I didn't have a good day because I got stuck in the mud. The road was okay, there was no rain, and that was our concern. But where there was deep mud, in a section, I got stuck. I tried to go to the other side, and I got stuck again. It was pretty dramatic, and I lost some time, but there's still a lot of race, and we need to concentrate to the end. Paulo Gonçalves must have been crossing his fingers and his toes that the electrical problems in the Honda had been fixed, but he still had a tough day. Starting 50th. On the road, he hit the mud hard as well, but had his teammate Ricky Brabeck on hand to help out. He finished ahead of his teammate Bareda, who had an even more dramatic day, including the mud. Opening the road is always a big task, but on the far roads, it was perhaps not such a task as normal. The mud did slow Bareda as his bike stalled, but he was still leading on the road when he made a slight error in kilometre 154. He cut a part of the route. By the end, including the mud, he lost 3 minutes to the fastest riders, given himself a hole to dig out of, which is ironically what cost him time today. After the checkpoint, I got into an area with lots of mud and lots of water, and the bike stopped in the mud, just wouldn't start. So I got off and pushed it. It's not really anything except I lost some time cleaning the navigation equipment. After that, Ruben came and he had a really good pace, so I just followed him to the end of the stage. Often overlooked as a potential overall winner, Alain Duclos is always there in the background, banging in the results and use his navigation experience to great effect. Often though, he's ended the rally prematurely. 2016 sees him back with the ever-improving Sherco and immediately putting in a strong run to 4th, under 2 minutes off the race lead. A man who doesn't talk much but lets his riding speak for him is Stefan Svitgo. He's got a fantastic history on the Dakar. One of the true private entries has twice finished 5th. This year, he started fast. 3rd place on the first real test sets him up very nicely to run with the fastest men in the first week. Those fast men include Ruben Faria on the new Husqvarna. As Bareda noted, the veteran Portuguese rider had a great day all day and diced for the overall stage win and lead of the rally from start to finish. Somehow he seems rejuvenated, and leading the team has given him a push back to the very top of Rally Raid. To think that 1 year ago today, Toby Price had just finished his first ever stage of the Dakar. Today, he leads the race outright. Fast he may be, but he never looks hurried as he crosses great swathes of the Argentinian countryside. A lifetime of riding fast in the outback seems perfectly suited to racing the Dakar. The Australian seems just excited to keep riding and keep on learning in his Dakar journey.
Yeah, to actually now kick Dakar off and get going is unreal. So yeah, look, we're stoked. We've got through that stage pretty clean and pretty comfortable. So we're all in good position. Tomorrow should be fairly similar to what we had today, and then day 4 is where it kind of kicks into a bit of a hard navigation. So, but look, yeah, we're excited and it's good to be back here.
So Price took the stage by 20 seconds from Faria, Svitko just over a minute behind ahead of Duclos and Matthias Walkner. KTM's, Husqvarna's and Sherco's all in the top 5. No Honda in sight, and the overall, Price leads it by 2 seconds from Ruben Faria, Svitko 3rd, Duclos and Walkner, rounding out the top 5 in the same order as they finished today. There are 10 world titles between these 3 men. They're used to leading and winning races. Pierre-Alexandre René, Ivan Cervantes and Antoine Mio. They're suddenly rookies again in the 2016 Dakar, and it's an all-new world for the 3 enduro specialists. I've been planning to come to the Dakar for many years, but in a car because I was afraid to do it on a bike. It's an opportunity and I want to make the best of it. For me it's magnificent, it's a dream come true. A day of racing enduro, a lot can happen, but I think on a rally raid it can be far worse. It's true that an enduro rider is a little bit like the WRC drivers. Technically speaking, in terms of driving, they can pretty much do anything. They know how to drive in all the conditions. The greatest difficulty they're going to meet is to drive in the dust of another rider. That's not something they're used to in a special stage. They'll have to deal with that parameter, take some risks when it's necessary, but not all day long. The second tough thing for them is navigation. Trust in Monsieur Dakar when he said so. You better be ready. Navigation is the key. To start with, it's really difficult. They just give you a piece of paper, and then you have to go and figure it out yourself. That's really tough. If you can't navigate, then you can't drive fast. And if you don't have the right reflexes, it's even harder. For the moment, I'm in a learning phase. I'm trying to do my best.
Your race is in the long distance, but in the few seconds, it's a short distance for looking the next step with your roadbook, no? And I think it's really difficult. Go very fast and to understand this one, no?
With their level of riding, the enduro riders have the skills to go very fast on the Dakar, but to win a stage, you need a lot of experience to avoid the tricks the road throws up. We can feel that we could go faster than what we're actually doing. The problem is, you say to yourself, no, stay as you are, and it's okay, it's going to be very long. But you want to push more and more, and that's when it gets dangerous. I always said that maybe one day I can win this race or even take the start line, but I thought that'd be later. My goal is to get to the end in one piece. To be in the top 10 would be great.